All right, stop, collaborate, and listen to the government and their excellent advice about vaccines and getting boosted. We're back with a free speech podcast in January. Davies isn't here. He's in Australia. Saying why? Why is it a kangaroo? So I'm here with Darius's replacement, Andy Zapp, aka Darius in 20 years' time.
Yeah, nearly dead. Almost dead. Yes.
And of course, the Bajan sensation.
Yeah, Dipset Bird Gang, we born to fly, baby. Another day, another dollar, you dig?
And behind the control panel, we've got Jonathan Cogan, who I'm not going to call Jonathan the Jew because somebody's going to clip that and make me look racist.
Probably me.
Yeah. Hello, Jonathan.
Hello.
So this week, what have we been doing? Andy Zapp, what have you been doing?
Welcome back, Zapp.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
so nice to be here. Absolutely.
Yes, we love you, man.
Oh, my favourite Teletubby there. You know what I mean? Look at him. Really cute, lovely Leo.
Yeah.
What have I been doing?
Yeah.
Been working very hard.
What have you been working hard on?
My one-man show.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
It's called not Sex and Drugs and Rock and Roll. It's called Sex and Drugs and Getting Old.
Sex and drugs and getting old. Nice. It alliterates. I like that.
Thank you.
Because of course, sex and drugs. You had a lot of sex and drugs in the back in the day. You're probably still having a lot of sex, but no drugs because you're a director in Narcotics Anonymous now.
I'm not a director. Yeah.
Are you not?
Not a director. I'm just a member.
Man, my researcher. I'm going to fire my researcher.
Was it Jonathan?
Sorry.
No, I just thought I've been telling everybody you're a director in Narcotics Anonymous. Are you not? I thought you were.
No.
You gave me a gig for Narcotics Anonymous
Me too.
one time.
Good gigs, weren't they?
Yeah.
They all like up for a laugh. No drink, no drugs. Just laugh because you was funny.
Genuinely, really good atmosphere. Really up for it.
Yeah.
Still ran those.
Maybe not taking drugs and
Dregs. Fuck the dregs. eh?
So it's not Darius, it's the seat.
No dregs.
We were blaming Darius all
Oh,
along.
yeah, I've done the dregs all those years. You know, I've tried to give up the dregs.
Dregs.
Yeah, fucking. How much are the dregs? How much is it? But can I have an ounce of dregs, please? Yes. But anyway, what were you saying?
I can't
No, they were
remember.
good
Yeah,
gigs.
Good
man.
gigs, yeah.
Yeah.
You still ran them? We were asking.
Well, I've been
Can we
fired.
have a gig?
I got fired, yeah.
You got fired.
Yeah, because I put on Frank Sanazi, and then it's all this PC culture in there.
Are you serious?
Yeah, yeah.
So they binned you from doing the gigs because people got offended at Frank Sinatra.
His name.
Just the name, not even that you didn't never actually
You
got
didn't
there to
even
do
make
the
it
act.
to the stage.
No. That's funny. I'm not doing it anymore. A big hissy fit, and I walked
Yeah,
away.
I've noticed he's been getting a lot of flack.
I only just realized that that's a pun on Nazi.
What, all these years.
All these years, I never put it together.
What did you
What,
think of
Frank
it?
Sanazi.
Just Sanazi.
Sanazi.
Yeah.
I'm
I
called.
thought
It's like a funny name.
Yeah.
Guys, he's got a funny name. And the fact that he's dressed like Hitler.
Yeah, and the Hitler moustache,
Never
the moustache and the hair.
It never clicked.
Right, you just got this guy.
And he comes on with Eva
Yeah.
Braun onto the stage.
And sings about, World
I
War
never
II
seen
and
the
being in a
act.
bunker.
I've never seen the act, but
Oh,
I've
right.
seen the name.
I think we need to ask Jonathan.
That's funny.
Did you think that was just a name, Jonathan?
Yeah, I thought it was just like a kind of Italian guy who just wanted to sing. I mean, he's dressed as Hitler. And he does
I
Frank
never seen the act.
He
I
does
just
Frank
was-
Sinatra
There's a
song.
couple of clues.
Yeah, I missed it. Well, that's
Yeah.
good.
It's very subtle. It's subtle humour.
Oh, fuck. Ooh, nearly went
Man.
over my head.
He's been getting a lot of flack. He's over doing the Galway Comedy Festival, and people were so obviously. Was it the comedy festival or something else? But there's loads of burlesque lasses, and obviously they're all like, oh, I'm non-binary and I got blue hair and I'm fat as fuck. So they were all complaining that this literal Nazi was over there celebrating fashion. And like, obviously, man, nobody's going to be a successful act going around and actually celebrating Adolf Hitler. You know what I mean?
Well, I think the time's right now. Why not? Why not? Bring back Hitler.
Man, don't give this podcast ideas.
There goes the sponsor.
So much for saying anything you want.
We got a new sponsor, Adidas, Hugo Boss.
Hugo
Balenciaga.
Boss. Yeah,
Yeah.
Hugo Boss. Yeah.
Balenciaga.
They did Hitler's uniforms. But yeah, so Frank Sinatra got you banned as well.
Well, kind of, yeah.
Right.
People just got a bit funny around it. It was quite, yeah.
Man, it's weird. Like, because there used to be an appetite in comedy. You go to a comedy club, you want to be offended. You go there to get offended, not to not to like to enjoy getting offended, not to like get upset and genuinely get offended. You know what I mean?
Well, it's the funny times we live in now.
Yeah.
It's weird. Can't take the piss.
Yeah.
Well, happened to me this week, you know, went on Facebook, and so, there was all these nice pictures of me standing in a club with a big microphone in my hand, and then
Yeah.
somebody, you know, wrote underneath, "Is that a dildo?" And I typed back, "Yeah, I picked it up whilst leaving your mum's house by accident."
Yeah.
And he got really offended at that. So it's all right to me
'Cause you left
call
his
me
mum's
a
house.
dildo sucking whatever. But when I mentioned
And
his
mum,
father,
mum humor is like that's the original humor.
yeah,
From the time you were like 8,
Cavemen.
10. Yeah, that's what bonds us.
Yeah.
You know, your mum jokes. That's
Yeah.
the earliest form of humor that you experience or you're able to, mess with.
so he's Facebooked a mate of mine,
Yeah.
messaged a mate of mine to say I'm going to fucking kill him and all that. But he never. And my mate gave him my phone number, but he never phoned me. You know what I mean? It was just nonsense.
Who was this? Who was this person?
Oh, that doesn't matter.
Can we give him a call right now?
Let's
on the
call him.
pod?
Let's call him.
I can't.
Jonathan's going to beat him up.
I
Yeah.
almost got beaten up today. It's a
How did
stressful
you
day.
almost get beaten up?
I was walking in the street on the way to the bus, and I missed the bus because I had to do some rituals before I left the house. Otherwise, everyone I know would die. And then basically, I did that. And then some guy like shoulder checked me like really hard, like in the chest.
Was there space? Like it was a deliberate thing. There was space to get
he, like,
around.
he was like, he's properly went for it. And then I was like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, oh, you're walking on this side of the road. And I was just like,
That's fucking right, though. Should have knocked you right out.
well,
You know
I
what
mean, I
walking
did,
on the right hand.
I did
Was it-
transgress him, but
Was it a
do
white
you-
guy, a black guy, a Jewish guy?
he was a white guy. I would say maybe he was
Jewish.
maybe a bit hard on his luck.
More white on white violence.
More white on white violence is what we need. And he was very aggressive, and he just really wanted to beat me up. And
Was he blonde, brunette?
I would say mousy brown.
I like this police interview. Taking a witness statement.
Can we get a sketch of
Yeah,
it?
are you going to draw like a little charcoal sketch?
I'm going to get him up on the screen. I'm going to draw him.
That's a
need
bit
to know
racist, wasn't
what
it?
it
Charcoal.
But was he obviously just looking
just
for a fight?
happy it
Had
wasn't-
you actually done something to piss him off?
I think I was maybe walking a bit too like close to that side of the road. I think I was asking for it, how I was dressed, maybe I don't know. But like it was a very confrontational. I don't think I give up those vibes.
Yeah. No, I don't think you do.
So
But-
what side of the road were you walking on?
Like the middle to the right. This is
Yeah, well, that's not fucking on that.
See how that thing.
this is what he looked like. He was quite like quite an
Tintin.
aggressive. No, that's Doug.
Who's Doug?
Doug. Tintin's
Doug.
cousin.
Doug.
Who the fuck's Doug?
Doug.
From the Nickelodeon cartoon. Wait. Oh,
Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
I had BBC One, BBC Two, ITV, and Channel 4. Didn't have any of this Nickelodeon bullshit.
it was on-
My
it was
dad's
on-
not fucking Edward G. Rockefeller.
Nickelodeon, that's
Yeah.
like a...
well, anyway, he.
Man, Mr.
Thing on Amazon, isn't it?
500 channels there. Laughing at my childhood.
That's right, these young
Growing up
people.
impoverished with just normal TV.
So what did you say to him then?
I was basically like, I said, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, well, you're walking on my side of the road. You want to go there? And I was like, well, absolutely not. Like, 1,000 times no. Part of me just wanted to just get my teeth right into his neck and rip out his trachea. You know,
Yeah.
just like make him bleed. And just
It's
bleed out.
trachea.
Trachea.
Man,
Trachea, I mean.
thought it
I
was
think if you know
trachea.
the
Middle class
anatomical. If you know the
The drugs are kicking in.
anatomical
Anatomical trachea.
anatomical phrases.
Yeah, I always used to read like
Then-
anatomy books as a
Yeah.
kid. And just
Yeah.
imagine like this.
That
I'm going-
Darius seat got you fuck up, mate. You can't talk.
Yeah. He can't speak.
The dregs are
Yeah.
kicking in, mate.
Bacardi's the bone. Mixed with caffeine. And the pills
It's the
I slipped-
CBD.
and High Point CBD.
It's because we're sponsored by CBD. No, CBD doesn't affect your performance in speaking things
Oh shit.
and talking,
Yeah.
but it did just then. Some did. But yeah, man. So he was. Had you done anything to annoy him?
Okay, so I was trying to overtake a lady.
A
Are you
lady.
driving?
What do you mean a
No, no,
lady?
I was like, she's walking on the pavement. She's walking.
Did
really
you use
slow.
your indicators?
I missed the bus because my fucking girlfriend made me late. It's fine. And then
Ah,
basically,
so-
I walked ahead.
A blowjob's a blowjob.
That's true. And then the guy just kind of completely body checked me. I was like, yeah. I mean, it didn't kick off, but like it could have done. If I was 20% tougher, it would have been. We both would have been
You would have got your head kicked in. What did he
All
say?
right,
Do
meet me
you fucking
outside.
want some? Do you want some? He
He did. Said that, and I didn't know.
Really? A
Yeah.
classic.
He's like, do you want to go? And I didn't really know where he meant, but yeah.
Yeah.
said, do you fucking want some?
You know what you
They'll be
said
hearing from
about
my
like
lawyer.
maybe it was how I'm dressed, because I know that's a sort of thing that people say. Oh, you know, they say the victim blaming, like say like women should be able to wear what they want, and why are people victim blaming? It's like,
Well, look
they're
at
like,
Nico. Look, he
they
wears
say-
what he wants, doesn't he?
They say like, oh, you wouldn't say that. You wouldn't say that for any other crime, but literally every single other crime, people are like, oh yeah, so don't leave a laptop on your car dashboard, and like leave it there, and don't leave stuff in the windows of your house because somebody's going to smash your window and take it. So it literally is what people say for all other crimes.
What are you saying?
Huh?
Yeah.
Is that not clear?
What
Is
are
that
you
not clear
saying,
at
though?
all?
You're saying
In my
that
head,
all
that was,
women?
in my head, that was crystal clear. You know what
Dude,
they
I
say?
didn't get Frank Sanazi. Yeah, I don't get these subtleties.
So what I was saying
You're
was,
saying that women shouldn't dress like that?
no, I'm saying you know they should, but like they shouldn't say, like, you know how people say, oh, the police, oh fuck, this is too complicated
Yeah,
already.
this
It's
is
so
tricky.
freaking
Have another-
complicated. No, but listen, I'm
This
gonna
is very
let me just
tricky
cut
for
to a
you to
close-up.
say
This-
and for you to keep your job at GB News.
Yes.
So you know how
Go on.
you know, like
Give him
peop-
space.
people say, oh, well, what was she wearing? You know, and it's asked in court as well, what was she wearing? And then people are like, oh, well, it shouldn't matter what she was wearing. You know, men shouldn't be a horrible thing. Shouldn't be violent criminals and sexual harassers or whatever. And it's like, yeah, but some men are. You know what I mean? Well, most men, like,
Well, I think you need to speak for yourself then.
all right,
Yeah, actually.
maybe like out this, out this room, maybe just a quarter. But like,
One
no,
time I did that.
But, you know, and then women are like, you know, oh, you can't tell women not
but
to
what
not to
about
wear.
the
You know,
computers?
women should be able to go out and wear what they want, and it's like, yeah, you should, but you can't because there's dodgy guys out there, and like they say, oh, you wouldn't do that for any other crime. You wouldn't say to, you know, you wouldn't say, oh, look that house. What color was the door? You know, what was the door? What were the windows looking like? And it's like, yeah,
He's
you
on
do
a fucking
actually.
roll, wouldn't
You
he?
do.
Yeah.
Police advice says don't put your laptop or anything near the window. You know, make sure, you know, try and dissuade burglars from breaking in.
We're going to have to edit that bit.
just to make it make sense. I mean, luckily that's so convoluted. I don't think anybody could ever.
I think your career is gone, man.
Yeah.
What career? I like the fact that you think I've got a career. I'd like
But
a
no,
career.
I here's the thing, is that both things are true. I think.
Yeah.
Both things are true.
What the thing about the computer and the clothes?
Yeah, no, in that the main thing is men should not be raping.
Yeah.
Full stop.
No.
Men should not be.
Well, hold on a second.
No, hang on.
I want to know where Jonathan's going with it.
yeah, go ahead, Jonathan. Here's the rope.
Okay. Give me enough, and no.
No, we give you the rope, but just hope you don't hang yourself. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. I do believe that
Women shouldn't
rape
be
is a
raped.
heinous crime, and
Yeah.
you should be put down if you ever do such a thing.
Nobody should be doing
Bullet to the
any
back of the
crime.
head.
Right. So back to what we were saying is that, yeah, men, the emphasis should be on men shouldn't commit the crime. Men should not rape at all, period.
Yeah.
And should be severely punished. Right now,
Even when they're not in their period.
the sentences for rape are too lenient in this country.
Yeah.
They get away with madness in
Oh,
this
it's
country.
And they're
very
like-
rare for people to actually get convicted.
Yeah,
It's
statistically,
very,
it's super low. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So those need to be increased and whatnot. But also, I kind of see what you're saying in that. Be careful still, but because these people exist, whether you want them to or not.
Yeah,
They
same with
are-
all
yeah,
criminals.
yeah,
they're criminals. They're not doing it because,
Yeah.
you know, like...
The law says
It's-
thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, but people
Yeah.
will kill and steal,
People-
and also, unfortunately, they will rape.
Yeah,
So-
people still commit crime. It's not like the guy you can say to men, "Oh, don't do it," and they'll be like, "Oh, what? Oh, what? You mean I'm not supposed to be doing it?" They know they're not supposed to be fucking doing it. They're criminals.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter what people are wearing then, really.
I don't know.
Leo, what would you say is the
emphasis
optimum
should
outfit?
be on men, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. But also, I would, I would tell my daughter or nieces or whatever,
Yeah,
you know,
you're wearing this burqa.
no. Be careful and be conscious of what you were wearing and whatnot.
Yeah.
because I can't control those dudes.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
And it's a
So,
difficult thing, man.
And
being-
that's the sad thing about it. is
Yeah.
that, yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, I've got 2 daughters. Yeah,
Mm,
they wear what they want to wear, really.
yeah. But was it something you worried about growing? Because they got their own kids now as well. Yeah.
Yep.
So you're a granddad, a grandzap.
I'm a grandfather. Yes.
And so I mean, was it something that that you worried about?
Not really.
Well, thanks. Thanks for that in-depth answer.
Every day I woke up worried about they're going to get raped. Oh no, they're going to get raped. They're
No,
going to
but
get raped.
you know when they
That's how
go.
I feel about
No,
Darius
you know
from
when they.
Australia.
I don't even like when my missus takes the baby for a walk in the pram, like without me. I'm like worried that some crazy person's gonna like.
Why is your missus
Yeah, but-
walking in the pram?
Yeah,
No,
yeah, but worry. Yeah, yeah, but like
fucking hell.
worry is just a negative projection, isn't it? Why don't you worry that nothing's going to happen to them?
Because then some bad will happen, and then I'll like be like, why did I fucking worry about that?
Well, my daughters haven't been raped yet.
Jesus, Andy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, what's the point of worrying? You know, like I can't. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
very good. I'm not very good at worrying.
I'm a
really.
I like to catastrophize.
Yeah, me
well,
too.
there you go.
Catastrophize my way
the way
through
to
life.
solve that is just turn the light switch on and off 4 times every time you go in a room, and then nothing bad will happen to anyone.
That's right. Yeah.
Is that right?
Like,
How did you learn that?
I don't know. I've just done it all my life.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Do you salute magpies if they're on their own?
No, my girlfriend does it. I didn't know what it was, but now I have to start doing it.
Yeah.
I catch
My
other people's.
missus does that as
Yeah,
well.
I
Man,
catch other
isn't-
people's.
Have you noticed you catch other people's
Yeah.
things like that? Because I never used to do the magpie thing. My wife does it, so now I've got to do it. And she never used to do the thing like if there's 3 telephone,
you
on
can't
the
walk on
pavement,
them.
3
You
of the
can't walk
square.
on
You
them.
can't walk in them. It's bad luck to walk in them. So you got to walk round and stuff. And she never knew about that till she met me, and I'm like, you can't walk in it. And now she's got to not walk. And like she also says it's stupid because I like drag her out the way and stuff so she doesn't walk in them. Sometimes
Or on the cracks in the pavement.
not the cracks. When you get like 3 telecoms squares in a pavement.
But Leo
She walks
Leo
around
doesn't
them.
believe in
I
God.
walk round them.
Okay.
I now have made her walk round
No,
them.
but before in the pavements, I never step on cracks in the pavement.
Right.
So you know, like
Why is that then?
when there are tiles.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I'll
know what
step-
fucking pavements are.
Yeah, I'll
and
step
there's-
on the actual in the middle of the tile.
Yeah, why?
Right, like you're playing hopscotch.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, but why?
Do you still
'Cause
do
my
that?
mind tells me that it's bad if I step on the crack in the tile.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Do you still do that?
Sometimes. Yeah.
So, but do you believe in God?
Because that's quite difficult.
Oh, you believe in God?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Well, this is a religious ritual, isn't it? Really?
Yes.
I guess
Yes.
superstition.
Yeah, not walking on the cracks is. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like praying, really.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, instead of going to church. Yeah.
And he does the magpie. What is it you do?
So if you see 2 magpies, it's good luck. So you don't need to worry. But if it's 1 magpie,
You need
One
to
is
what?
sorrow.
sorrow.
Yeah.
1 is sorrow. 3 is what?
2 for joy
3 for a boy and 4 for
four.
a girl or something.
and
Or something like that.
And what's 2?
2 is sorrow.
1?
No, 2 is luck. 2 is luck.
joy.
1 is
2 for
sorrow.
joy.
1 is sorrow.
2 for joy.
1 for luck. 2 for one for one for.
We don't know, ladies
One
and
for
gentlemen. We
sorrow,
don't know
2 for
how
luck.
many fucking
Jonathan, how
sparrows
does
or
it
whatever.
go? How does the song go?
1 for sorrow, 2 for luck, 3 for a boy, 4 you're fucked. I think.
Yeah. Well done, Jonathan. Yeah, you got there in the end. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, very religious we are here. Believers.
Yeah.
Are you a believer? Zapp?
Believer in what?
God, a higher power.
Higher power? No, not really.
But isn't that part of the?
But weren't you Polish Orthodox?
Polish Catholic.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, that fucked me up for a few years. Yeah.
Because they're quite hardcore with their religion, aren't they?
I went to Poland and they kind of walking through with those Marys and that on the thing and all these old women. And I'm just standing there. And then people were kneeling down. And because I didn't kneel down, 2 women tried to push me down.
No
onto the
way.
floor to kneel in front of the
To
thing.
perform cunnilingus.
Well, if they'd asked me, they wouldn't have had to push me down. They would have just had to ask politely.
What were they wearing though?
Well, it doesn't matter.
And what were you wearing?
That's right. I was asking for it. Cunnilingus. Yeah, but it's just weird. It was weird. And they're just this procession. Yeah, some people take it very seriously. This
No, I was raised Methodist.
Methodist.
What is Methodist?
I honestly don't know. but I am a Christian by in the Methodist faith,
Yeah.
but it was boring. My church was boring.
Catholics.
Yeah, all churches are boring.
No, Catholics are. No.
No.
Debauchery.
The ones where, what do you call them? The Baptist churches.
Oh, they have the Pentecostal preaching.
Yeah, when the men
Fire and
getting
brimstone.
into the spirit. And so on my way to church, I would pass like Pentecostal and these Baptist churches where the priests shouting and screaming and jumping off the pulpit and clotheslining people in the name of Jesus. And they will have the tambourines and everybody getting
What's
in the spirit.
clotheslining?
Yeah.
Clothesline is WWE, like when you
Wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
They're
they
doing
leave.
rest-
Oh, okay.
You see
Thank
those videos
Wrestling.
where the guys take the jacket off and bless the people and everyone fall down to
Yeah.
shit like that. So I would drive past like 3-4 of them churches and I'm like, why can't we go to this one? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and have a
looks like
wrestle.
fun. Yeah, have a little wrestle and jump off the pulpit and shit. But Methodist was just very, very boring and hot.
Why did
And the service would be like 3-4 hours long.
Jesus? Why did you go? Why did you?
I had to go because my parents.
Yeah, but why did they go?
My dad is in the church. My dad is quite big in the church.
Right.
He didn't want to go to hell. That's
Yeah.
what it is. Didn't want to go to hell.
So we would go, but it was boring. But
Was it as popular as the fun ones?
no, the fun ones they looked
All the
amazing.
singing.
Way
and
more
that.
people.
Singing.
Yeah. Singing, dancing, people
Hallelujah.
speaking in tongues,
Right, yeah.
healing people and shit.
Oh.
None
Right,
of that
yeah.
went on at
Yeah.
my church. We just
They
read.
touch their foreheads.
Yes,
like
and they
that.
fall over and shit.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to go to
Makes
those
me
ones.
want to go. Actually, like
Yeah.
me and you could go on. What are you doing Sunday?
What was so you grew up Orthodox Polish?
Orthodox Polish. What's all? Catholic. Oh,
Catholic. Oh, Catholic.
No, not Orthodox. No.
I thought it was a religion.
Here was an Orthodox. Polish.
So Catholic, but just
was a-
normal, regular
versus a-
Catholic.
Regular fucking
Versus
Catholic.
what is-
a southpaw Polish.
And what is regular? What do regular Catholics do?
Well, fuck,
You have the communion
fuck
wafer.
children, I suppose. Fuck children.
Yeah, what do you really do?
Really fuck children. I don't know.
Well,
It's
you
just-
did it. How come none of you can
kind of-
remember?
We used to do this, didn't we?
Catholics believe in the
eat the little-
Oh, yeah, the
bread,
God the Father.
The body of
is
Christ.
the
Yeah, body of Christ.
What's it called? The transubstantiation.
Transubstantiation.
That's the word.
Oh, we got that
Yeah.
right.
Hey,
oh, yeah,
finally-
he's getting there.
Finally,
Kicking-
Leo get
No.
one word right. Transubstantiation.
Yeah, it's just weird. I don't. It was just it's more gowns and it just it's
Yeah.
high church. All roads lead to Rome, don't they?
Yeah, do they?
Oh yeah.
Well, no, it doesn't.
That's where they. Yeah, that's where they do.
The fucking
business.
M1 goes London
no.
to what is it?
Less of the,
Yeah.
keep it serious. Keep it serious. But,
Apparently, when the Romans came to the UK, they were disgusted at like the savages that were in Britain, the uncouth, uncultured savages that were here.
oh, what was that?
Pass the orange juice, please. But here's the thing: is that
Yeah.
what was it? Africa. Trigonometry was invented in Africa.
The podcast.
No.
Oh no! not the podcast. Not 2,000 years ago.
Yeah. How do you spell trigonometry?
T.
Trigo. Yeah, trigonometry was invented in Africa, actually.
Right.
But the Greeks claim it.
Was there a white guy over there?
He came and stole it from under their
He was
nose.
an Arab, wasn't he? He was Arab.
Nico,
Was it? Yeah, I heard that in algebra is an Arabic word.
Yes.
Nico, do you believe in a lost civilization that was maybe kind of had sort of advanced technology and advanced kind of culture, maybe many kind of-
Yeah,
Yeah, me
possibly.
too.
Yeah.
The Scots.
Yeah, like pre-Egypt. Pre-Egypt, yeah.
Scots invented television.
But yeah, so and also philosophy was invented in Africa, and they nicked that to the Greeks.
Well, that's just thinking.
Well, the white.
Philosophy is just thinking, sitting and thinking.
But we
Yeah, but you got to say it as well, though.
Yeah,
you
but-
can't just think it. You got to say it.
yeah,
say what you're thinking.
So them guys, Socrates and Plato, and them guys went
From
over-
Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
They went to Egypt and stuff.
They went to
learned.
Egypt,
yeah, the
and
mystery
learned,
schools.
and learnt from the Africans.
Right.
But people think it's a Greek invention, but nah, the Africans. Think about it. The pyramids are in Africa.
Yeah.
So they were using trigonometry before Pythagoras and them, man.
Yeah,
They
and
knew
you
all
had
kinds
a
of
lot
shit.
of
They
hubs.
knew about the universe, and so they knew like the proportions between
Yeah.
like the Earth and space. Like it's fucking mad.
Yeah,
Yeah, but all these things go to the Greek, and we go, "Ooh, the Greeks," but nah, it's actually
yeah.
my people.
And back then, the
Like the
Brits.
Bayesians.
Back,
Yeah.
back then, the Brits were just like total like savages, just
Yeah.
running about like
Yeah, like the Irish and the Poles and that. Yeah.
the Picts in Scotland, just living in like turf huts.
A lot of credit for African
Hovels.
stuff is gone to the the Europeans, the Greeks, and whatnot, which is a shame. Yeah,
They got the culture, didn't they? They nicked it. What's it when you take someone else's culture?
appropriation.
Appropriation.
Oh yeah, well some of it,
Intellectual property.
yeah, but some of it wasn't just appropriated. Some of it was just nicked, like the Elgin marbles and stuff like that. And the what was the other stuff? The
But
needle.
that's something we nicked that off the Greeks.
Yeah, the British.
What the? No, I'm Polish. What
We're
am I
just
talking
keeping it safe.
about? Yeah, yeah. We're
we-
just looking after it.
Yeah,
For 'em. Yeah,
And they don't have to pay any storage fees or upkeep.
That's
I think they'd be
right.
grateful.
yeah, yeah. Price of.
What's happening?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Oh look, the alcoholic. Look, there he is. There. Look. The alcoholic is creeping in there.
Do you take anything for your OCD?
No, I've thought about it. I thought about getting on the SSRIs. Yeah, I don't know. How about you?
Dude, from the time I was 16, mate.
SSRIs.
Yeah.
Do you find it helps?
Well, you
From the time
take
I
them.
was 16. I had to, yeah.
What's
Are
that?
you still on them now?
Bro, yeah. I went a period of 8 years where I didn't touch them.
And what
Then
happened?
Was it easy
then
to get off?
Then I had kids.
helps him tidy up now.
Now, what it was like I couldn't even read a page in a book, man.
Man,
Really?
Yeah.
Reading for me, it's like the order of the words. I got to keep going back and back. It's fucking constant suffering.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
wanna blow my fucking brains up. Sorry.
Honestly,
Getting dark.
change the way you like. Don't read this. Man, this is a thing I learned. You just look at the page, and you'd be amazed how much. And you can read really fast, and you'd be amazed how much you absorb. You can just go, whoop, whoop, like you'd be amazed how much. Just scan down it.
Is that
Unless it's something you really need to like read carefully.
Yeah.
Otherwise it's
most things you need to read carefully.
Did you find Nico? Did you find it helped? Did it get rid of like?
Oh yeah, man. Nah, like so 16 I was decent. We do what you guys do GCSEs, we do CXCs, and that was cool.
And did you start
But
taking them just because you couldn't focus?
Yeah. After like once I got to college or whatever, my brain was a mess, mate. I couldn't read nothing. I couldn't
Yeah, it's
focus
very hard to
on
read
anything.
nothing.
Like it was just yeah. I was like I failed. So at college I didn't do A levels. I did something called an associate's degree where you get like a grade point average, and a grade point average is an American system, but we have it there. A grade point average is the highest you can get is like 4.
Is that
Right.
like the SAT kind of thing?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. It's an American system. They do it at bachelor level as well. So I got a 0.07.
007, James Bond.
yeah, 0.07, which is like
Fucking
you're
hell.
absolutely failing. I couldn't read anything, mate.
Right.
My mind would just be like fucking thought, like catastrophize.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
a different extreme, but all of it was like health related and whatnot.
Right.
If I touch this, and I'd be like, if you look at the pigment in my hands, I'm
Yeah.
very white compared to if you look at most black people. The difference between there and there is stark.
Right,
But
yeah.
I've washed my hands so much that
No
there's
way.
no differentiation.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so like germs and shit used to freak me out. So I'd just be washing.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and other shit, health stuff. If someone, like I tell the story, like my wife got a little bump there,
Yeah.
and it doesn't bother her at all.
Yeah.
If that was on me, dude, in one day I get in a knife and cut that off. Like serious,
Like
I would-
Rambo.
I would literally cut shit out of my body.
Yeah.
If you see, look at my body, there's all
I've,
sorts.
I've had a lump on my hand for
Yeah.
like seriously
that would freak
10 years.
me
Well,
the
yeah,
fuck out.
apparently that could be precancerous.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
had, and I've had
I
that
got
for
one
10 years. Wow, you got one as well. What is that? How do you get genital warts in your hand?
Rub your cock on your hand.
He jerks off like this.
He's got a backhand wank. Wanking off like a fucking horse.
Heel.
A sloth. yeah.
Sloth's got that good hook.
Yeah, they got little
Yeah.
hands like that. But nah, I couldn't touch shit and whatnot. And anything on my body, I would immediately go from you're dying, mate.
Yeah, yeah.
I literally.
It's
remove
mad,
that
the
shit.
stuff, especially when you're a teenager, the stuff you'll catastrophize over
Oh,
health-wise.
yeah.
I remember when I was like 14, I was convinced I had AIDS. And even though I obviously I didn't have sex for another like 13 years. You know?
I had that as well. I used to jerk off and freak out if the cum touched me. Yeah, so it was madness, man. So yeah,
So much suffering.
yeah.
Oh,
And it's all in your head, mate. It's
Yeah.
all created nonsense. So then my mom and Barbados, we behind the times. We don't really know about these disorders to that level
Yeah.
as the, America and whatnot. So we took me to a psychologist. My mom, like I was having anxiety and shit. And we told my dad about this anxiety / depression. I wasn't never depressed, but anxiety and
Depressed.
yeah, and OCD and whatnot. My dad was like, "Man, drink a Lucozade." Drink a Lucozade and get on with it. So like nobody didn't really know about OCD these
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
So luckily my mom was farsighted enough to be like, look, something clearly wrong with the dude. So she took me to a thing and they put me on some pills, man.
And they just covered you in cum. And they were like,
yeah, exposure therapy.
trauma therapy.
I had exposure therapy once for OCD, and the guy basically in the fucking session
For germs?
one of the things was germs,
Yeah.
and he put my hand in the toilet.
What?
Yeah, he's like, it's not gonna hurt you, and I was like, okay, we don't need to do this. And he basically is in like a fucking hospital in Mornington Crescent, and he just put my hand in the toilet bowl, and it was just. And he's like, no,
That's
you're not going to have to
insane.
wash it for the rest of the day. And obviously, as soon as he left, I just went fucking 10 minutes on the toilet.
Scrubbed,
scrubbed my
yeah.
hands,
That's insane.
That is a real toilet. It wasn't like some sort of.
It was a hospital toilet.
It didn't come like. It didn't come out of like a wrapping, like some sort of surgical toilet that you use once and then throw away.
It was a real toilet. He put your hand, you touched the bowl?
He touched the bowl. He's like, touch the bowl. He's like, not going to. And also, germs weren't even my main thing.
Did he have an erection when he did it?
He was the janitor.
He didn't even work there.
Yeah,
Just a fucking-
exactly. Yeah. Fuck, and you touched the bowl.
Yeah, yeah. 'Cause I'm a people pleaser. I didn't want to say no. I was like, all right, I'll do this, and then yeah. And
Did it work?
No, he washed his hands after.
I got a really bad infection on my hand. No.
He got sepsis.
No, it's horrible. It's a constant like stream of thoughts that just won't leave me alone. You know what it's like. Nico?
Yeah.
It's
It's mad, mate.
horrible.
It's mad.
It's horrible. But it went away.
Well, we never had this.
No,
don't we?
mine never goes away. It has bouts or phases where it comes up and it's more. So what happened was like.
Yeah, but
One-
don't you like when you touch your ass and sniff your finger? Don't you do that?
I don't know that, no.
No. All right.
So one time
It's
I was
an old people thing. This.
yeah. One time I got to the point where I was like, I don't want to be on these SSRIs. They're killing my creativity. They're killing my emotions. Because what the SSRI does is rather than you having like these highs and these lows, they kind of put you in the middle where you feel nothing.
Like a compressor.
Yeah. So you don't go low and you don't go too high. And being in comedy and wanting to be a creative person, that's no good. So I was like, nah, I feel like a zombie. I told my missus, I feel like a fucking zombie on these things.
So you knew you wanted to be a comedian from a very young age.
No. This was when I went on the break.
Yeah.
I had just started comedy and whatnot. And I was
So you
like,
came off them,
And you
I
were
came
still on
off them.
and you found out you're still not very creative.
or
But
very funny. Yeah. So cunt, yeah.
Fuck you, Zapp. So I came off them and I was good for a bit, but then I had kids. And when I had kids, like the urge to protect my kids became so strong. I started having these horrific thoughts about like accidents and death and just
Catastrophizing.
yeah, just these horrific images just would randomly pop into my head about either somebody in my immediate family dying, and I couldn't control them, and it was driving me nuts. So I was like, I went and speak to them, and there's like, yeah, some OCD people get this and whatnot. And,
Right.
and I was like, nah. fuck
Didn't you
that.
do any talking therapies then, like counselling or
Yeah. We do cognitive behavioral therapy.
CBT?
CBT, yeah. But that worked for a little bit, but then it was too much. Like, dude, I'll be just walking, and an image of like a car crash
Yeah.
would just pop into my head.
Really? Jesus.
A gruesome car crash, and I'd be like, fuck, and it would just jolt me, you know. So I was like, nah, I can't live like this.
Yeah.
So, and the meds do help bring those down.
Right, yeah.
And I thought I had fucking problems.
yeah.
I don't care about
But
my
it's-
daughters. I don't care. It's all
Yeah, but man, like, because
Yeah,
what
wow.
about when they were babies and stuff? Because like last night, I woke up at 5 a.m. because my daughter was, she's 4 months old now, and she was like snorting, like she obviously had snorters in her nose, and I immediately got paranoid she was going to choke to death. On her
Bro?
snorts in her nose, and like I was just that's from
and you were
the
going to
rest
get
of that, I was awake.
blamed.
That was it for the it doesn't matter about blame, man. Like my life would be over if anything happened to her.
Nah,
You know
bro,
what I mean?
Bro, there's what people don't realize when you're a new parent, you just go into the room at night and watch them breathe.
Yeah.
Are they breathing?
And you go and check because they go so still. They go so
right
still.
there and
You're
you
like,
just-
fuck.
You watch them and you're like,
And
are
your
they
heart's
breathing?
like-
And then you're like, phew.
Yeah.
And now I can rest.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
there's something that kids get called croup. When your daughter gets croup,
What the
you're
hell-
gonna freak the fuck
What is
out.
croup?
Not group, but
Croup.
croup.
Croup. They start doing this, and most babies get it. So watch out for this. They get this thing where they can't breathe, and they do like it almost sounds like a seal noise. They go,
Fuck.
and they cannot breathe
So it
properly.
sounds like they're struggling.
Yeah, it sounds like they're properly.
Well, they are struggling.
Yeah, and they can't get breath in properly.
fuck?
But it happens to most babies. Look it up, Jonathan. Croup.
Croup.
I think it's
Jon-
CROUP, dude. And
K. It'd
Is it
be
K?
K.
Okay. And
Croup.
dude, both of my kids had it, and both times the ambulance had to come.
Yeah.
And what happens is it's a blocking of the. Yeah, that's it. It's a type of respiratory. Read it out there.
Sorry.
So it's an infection because I guess when they're so little, they're
Yeah.
really like susceptible
Right,
to
swelling
stuff.
inside that
Trachea.
word, trachea.
The thing that-
That's the second time today.
Yeah.
Oh,
The trachea.
it's CROUP, by the way, Andy. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was well.
Yeah, it's like
In Polish, it's CR.
Right.
it literally sounds like
Right. Oh my god.
what the fuck?
Yeah, because that's like anaphylactic shock that can just close over throats, and like people,
Dude.
adults can die from that.
So watch out for that. That most likely, because I would say 80% of babies get it.
Right.
And they need
So look out for
and
you ambulance comes. You go to the hospital. They give them like a steroid injection
to bring
open-
the swelling down. I've got steroid pills that I got in Turkey. They're really good for bringing
Darius.
down
for
swelling.
growing a moustache.
No. Nah, they're the other kind. Although when I was in Egypt, I got I went looking for 'cause the pharmacy you can just not in Egypt. The pharmacies you can just they get you anything and you just pay for it. It's not like this thing where you need to prescription
Civilized.
from a
It's
doctor.
civilized.
Yeah. So I
Civilized.
said, well, can I get steroids? Anabolic steroids, and he was like, and he comes back with a shoebox, literally a shoebox full of these like dusty little like capsules and like all this sort of stuff. But I never bought them because I thought like this is stupid.
But that's the thing with kids, man. Is it's a whole different level of scary, man.
Yeah,
Like your worries go through the roof.
yeah. You're not just because you're not really worried
You're not
about
worried
yourself.
about you. You're worried about them.
I must have been a terrible father.
But man, you did great. Like you got grandkids now.
Yeah, no.
That you don't give
daughters are great.
and you don't give a shit about them either.
All I want is yeah.
But yeah, no. I mean, what was did you take to being a? Did you like being a?
Yeah.
dad?
What would you pass on to us?
Yeah. What advice?
What advice would you pass on to us?
Babies very resilient, very strong. You know what I mean? Babies are great. They're not all
Get them working.
You can leave them on their own.
Use them as a drinks coaster.
what you like with them.
The babies are essentially ballast.
They are, but I remember Maddie, she was at the top of the stairs and she got through the gate. You know, we had the gate up there and somehow she's got over the gate and then I hears donk, 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 donk.
Right,
donk.
fuck.
I thought, oh no, for fuck's sake. And then she's just sort of just sitting there, but not, they're kind of relaxed, you know. They're very... You know, they're made to survive.
Yeah.
They're not made to fucking die.
Yeah.
Poor little baby's gonna die. They're not like that. They're great babies.
This is not the advice we were looking for.
Yes, just be really worried that they're going to die. That's it. Yeah. No, they're fine. They are. You know, they're great. You know, just be kind. Just love them. That's all I can say. Just be loving. You know, they're great. What a miracle.
I read a thing yesterday, interesting thing. So, you know, because this is the thing, man, like, some parents leave their kids, their babies, when they're just like a few months old, like just in a room on their own, and they'll be crying or whatever.
Yeah.
They call it self-soothing. You just leave them till like, they're like, ah. Yeah. And like, you know, me and my missus, we just got the baby with us all the time, and if she starts crying, we immediately pick her up, give her a cuddle, and like, you know, and she hardly ever cries.
So that's instant gratification, and life isn't fucking instant.
Yeah, but it's a baby.
Yeah, but it's not instant gratification.
There's two different schools of thought on this. There's two competing theories.
Well, I think there's more than two. But
yeah, as with everything in science, there's always you know, two sides.
A yin and yang.
But one gets
a yin
pushed.
and a wrong.
Yeah,
or wrong and a wrong.
One gets pushed more than the other, but it's what you subscribe to. So the theory is that yes, there's self-soothing, and that's good for their, you know, independence, autonomy, and whatever. And then there's leaving them to cry too long that could cause trauma. And anxiety and whatnot.
Yeah, totally. The natural thing, like you see your baby crying, you want to pick her up and like, you know, give her a cuddle and be like, oh, that's all right, and like make her like.
He's had one fucking baby and he's an expert. Oh yeah. Well,
so like women, a lot of women subscribe to leaving them alone, whereas the dad wants to soothe them.
Yeah.
Because women
don't give a shit.
And dad's a people pleaser. I'm a codependent people pleaser.
Yeah, no. What it is, the women, because they're breastfeeding and they do most of the care, they're like, fuck, leave him alone. He get over it.
I need
whereas
a break.
The dad does the minimal, man. It's
For this 2 hours, I'm in the house.
I'll show you what a good dad I am. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, the thing I saw yesterday, so apparently the kids that are like, you know, absolutely sort of just, you know, not coddled, but you know what I mean, given that love, picked up anytime they cry, just picked up, cuddled, and all the rest of it, compared to the babies that are the adults that are happy and independent. Independence is the key thing. They're independent. They're not, and there's none of this, like, you know, lack of delay.
He's still struggling today, isn't he?
You're really struggling to speak.
Maybe I need a holiday. Maybe I need a holiday.
I think so. Yeah. Just forget about making money.
But
don't worry about the kids.
The babies.
Stop doing so much. Relax, chill, man.
Yeah, drink some CBD.
Yeah,
but the babies are most independent and happy are the ones that were like cuddled the most when they were like babies.
Yes, so that is true.
But not by the mother.
By the mother, by the father.
Both.
That's it. Not by, you know.
Right. So what happens
Andy
is...
Zapp.
Yeah. No, what happens is...
Zapp cuddling your baby?
Right, calm down, Zapp.
Must I?
So what it is, no, there's some truth to that. I believe in that theory, in that is what happens with a kid. You got to give them that care, that support, that love, that security. And then when they get older, they can become independent.
Yeah.
Right, I'm reading this book now. It's called Hold On to Your Kids by Gabor Mate and some other dude. Gabor Mate,
he was on Rogan recently, right?
Yeah, he's one of the foremost scientists or doctors on addiction and trauma and all that. Right. So the theory is that if you don't give them that attention and love and security, and this is what I was talking about. Yeah, that's the guy. You get.
I messed up. What does he look like?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus!
Heroin addict.
What's wrong with him?
And his parents were in the Holocaust and shit. Or
everyone's got an excuse.
Yeah, but
why does he look so rough? He wasn't, was he?
Generational trauma.
That generational trauma.
I believe in that.
I should be the most traumatized person here then.
You are.
I'm Scottish.
And he's a Jew.
How am I a fucking Jew?
No need to. No need
Oh,
to.
no, I might.
No need to
yeah.
out
If
him.
you, yes.
And he's
Catholic Jew.
are
Yeah.
Orthodox.
A Jordan.
No, but
a Jordan Highlander.
what it is when kids don't get that attachment from the parents, they
Yeah.
seek it from the peers.
Yeah.
And the peers are not developed enough to give them. It's very,
Yeah.
peer attachment is very volatile.
Yeah.
They like you one week, they bullying you the next. So
It's like comedy
capricious.
promoters, really.
Yeah.
yeah. So they need to have that love
Yeah.
and fertile attachment to grow up properly. And
Otherwise,
then,
they go into porn. stripping and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. So then when they get to the teens and they've had all that attachment,
Yeah.
then they can become their individual soul. So think of it as a seed. You won't go to a seed and tell that seed, pull it out of the soil or pull it out of
Yeah.
its roots.
Huh?
It needs to be
Chuck it in a
rooted.
room.
Yeah.
I've got a theory. Vegetarians. You know what I mean? Well, they're kind of what is it? You get baby carrots. Baby carrots. I've forgotten the fucking joke now. Something about baby carrots and baby peas.
Baby pea.
Baby peas and baby carrots.
Baby
Oh
pea-
yeah, it's like vegan veal. Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. When I wrote it, it's baby, because people who eat carrots and baby carrots and baby, the vegans that eat it, they're like, it's like vegan veal, because the little veal and they keep them in the dark.
So,
Yeah.
anyway.
Sometimes you do wonder why you say stuff. Really. Exactly.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but Jonathan, don't be a total twat.
I'm showing off.
There's been more, it's not just me, tumbleweed. You know what I mean? There's been a bit
It's
of-
my anxious attachment.
Yeah. But now you got to give the kids love and stick
That's
around
it.
and-
Just
and-
be
what
nice,
do you-
kind.
and be there for
Do you
them.
think people have changed? Because I hear stories about my dad. So my dad's like what, nearly 80 now or something. Like his growing up, man, it wasn't there's none of this sort of like. I know that they thought they were being like progressive compared to the way it was before. Like in the Victorian era, like loads of kids got given away to like orphanages, or there was loads of infanticide, people just killing their babies because they couldn't afford to
In
keep them and
Scotland.
stuff. Children getting sold, into labour,
but
to become chimney sweeps or
But
whatever.
not
the
so
fuck.
long in your
Like Oliver
your
Twist.
country.
Yeah.
Like, about 50, 60 years ago, they were finding dead children, especially out the sticks and all that, where the children who were kind of weaker got just over the edge, mate. Thank you very much.
What, through them off a cliff?
Yeah. You don't have to look after them because there wasn't all that kind of document. Maybe not 50, maybe about 70, 80 years ago.
Right, yeah.
But people would just get rid of their kids.
Yeah, and now people coddle them so much and really look after them. It's I don't
Do they?
like. If you see the current Generation Z, like
No.
Zoomers, man, if you look at them and like how fucking narcissistic and wanky they are,
Entitled.
maybe
Yeah.
there's something to be said for that Spartan upbringing. Where
Yeah,
you know,
we've gone too far. We've overcorrected now.
Well,
Yeah.
an
So-
overdeveloped sense of entitlement.
Yeah.
The little
So
shits.
we back in the, as you say, 50, 60 years ago, they didn't care at all. And then we got to a point where I think the 90s is a sweet point for everything.
yeah,
The
70s,
90s,
the
early
70s.
2000s.
humanity peaked.
Okay.
The 70s.
Yeah, that's why I tell people all the time. Humanity.
But you're
peaked.
saying 70s, and it's interesting because we were probably the same age in the 90s as you were in the 70s.
Yeah.
So it's just whatever
Well, that's-
decade you were about, like 20, 25 in, you think is the best decade.
Well, you kind of have a window, I think. Like I kind of understood the technology. I kind of understood the music.
What
when
technology in the 70s, man? You had a transistor radio.
Fuck
Let's
off,
not-
we went.
You had to
We're
program
the
it.
first ones to
Hey,
went to the
look,
fucking moon.
I managed to put
Shut
batteries in this
up.
radio.
Yeah, but that's what they're going to be saying to you in another 40 years' time. So shut your cake hole. But you do kind of have that window of where you kind of understand it
Yeah.
when you're kind of with it.
Yeah.
And then, like music kind of stopped
Yeah,
for me
yeah.
in the 80s, really. I
Right,
stopped listening
yeah.
to music in the 80s.
Listen,
whereas-
that's
but
the
I
thing.
had a whole kind of 30 years of where I was listening to stuff where they were just playing.
No, that's the thing. They say
Let
that
me-
music stops.
Let me
for
fucking
people.
finish. Just give us.
Okay, continue.
Yeah, I'm just saying that when I was doing the music, I'd listen to a program and all the tunes from say 1955 to about 1980. I can't remember nearly all the top hits. Now I couldn't tell you
Oh man.
one hit from the 80s up until
Nobody
now.
knows what's number one right now. Even like Jonathan, do you know what's number one right now?
Sorry,
Fuck no.
Yeah, nobody. And
it's like a weird
Jonathan's a young
Spotify
person.
All we know is that Sam Smith is getting a lot of heat
Yeah.
for his new music video where he's
Pees
wearing
on people.
nipple tassels.
Yeah.
And it's very LGBTQ positive.
Yeah,
and
don't
stuff.
bring up the video because it'll get us demonetized on YouTube. But show
But
show a picture.
we could pull up a video of a video.
We could piss on each other and reenact it right here.
Yeah, that sounds. Ooh.
But yeah, it's all got. It's
But
got,
hang on. I want to go
Just show
back
a
to
pi-
what
show a
Zapp
picture.
said. Yeah.
Oh, you're going.
No, they say that once you hit I think they said it's from like 26 to like 30 or whatever, your musical tastes no longer expand or whatnot.
You're not interested in
Yeah,
new
yeah,
music
yeah.
unless you're John Peel.
Well, I don't know if it doesn't because I like listening to
Yeah,
new
so that's
stuff,
that.
but
Yeah.
I kind of don't know it.
That's a Sam Smith new.
So this
music
is a
that?
bit from it. But if you flick through those pictures, there's one there's quite a lot of scenes in it where it's piss. Lots of people pissing.
Pissing.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of
Don't
weed.
get all judgy now. Pissing's all right, don't it?
Yeah, but like it's not.
No,
Like
it's
not in a fucking music video that's been seen by like 5-year-olds. Yeah, that's right. Water. Like it's piss.
All right, that's too pissing.
Piss. Sam Smith.
Pissing.
Fat Sam Smith video piss.
Isn't it?
There.
There.
I saw it. See the top left.
Top
There.
left. There.
Click on that. There we go. No, click
The top left. That-
there.
yeah,
See
look,
all the piss
on his
on
chin.
Sam Smith's chin.
Who's that pissing on him? Is that you?
Not this time.
Not this time.
But everybody, like, in this video, everybody's pissing
So
everywhere.
a lot of people are complaining about the video.
because they don't want their kids to see that stuff.
Yeah, and if you complain about it, apparently you're a bigot or a homophobe or
Yeah.
a transphobe or whatnot.
It's amazing how 95% of people are far-right extremists now.
But, yeah.
yeah,
Crazy. And listen, I went back to a video where one of the people said that I was being homophobic, and I want to tell that person, you're a dickhead, man. Fuck off and
Yeah.
stop watching the pod because nothing, I have ever said on this pod is homophobic.
Please like and subscribe, and also consider signing up to our Patreon, where Nico is even more homophobic.
I've never said anything homophobic on this pod. Never.
but what are you?
I love gay people.
What's the most
hang on, though.
homophobic thing
But
you've
I-
said?
But that's but homophobia.
What's the most homophobic thing you
Go
think?
on. Think, yeah. It catastrophizes gays.
No. Here's the
I
thing.
just done myself.
Oh my god.
Nah. I tell people all the time, listen, I got nothing against gay people or
Any people.
LGBT
Any
or anything.
people.
My thing.
He's a
with the
nice bloke. Him.
Yeah, I'm a good guy.
He's
My
a-
only thing is I don't think gender ideology and trans ideology should be
That
taught,
important.
should be taught to kids who are under, let's say, 12, 13, 14.
39.
Yeah.
No, shouldn't be taught to any children under the age of 78.
75.
75.
I'm just getting it now. You know, I'm ready. I am ready at 75 to have a relationship.
Yeah.
I know what to do. I'm all right now.
It shouldn't be given to kids and to confuse them
Yeah.
if they're like, young in primary school.
Yeah.
Definitely not in primary school. I don't believe it should be in primary school. That's my only thing about trans.
Yeah.
The thing.
Jonathan-
But a lot of my comedian friends are gay people. I got no issue with gay
Yeah.
people. So to that person in the comments, fuck you, mate.
Well, he's been holding on to that one.
And remember to
My missus pulled it up yesterday or 2 days ago, and I was like, "There's somebody calling you homophobic in the comments," and I was like,
Yeah, but can I
But
just...
also,
about?
fuck you. But also remember to like and subscribe, and sign
Like,
up to our
subscribe,
Patreon.
and
Where
follow me on Instagram.
there's much more bigotry following on Instagram.
but why is it called a phobia? Is it because you can get diagnosed? Have I got stage 1 homophobia, stage 2 homophobia, stage 3? Because I have got stage 2 fat shaming. You know what I mean? That's Leo. You know what I mean? What is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Islamophobia. Oh, I'm stage 3. Stage 3. That's nonsense. I've got a phobia. Yeah,
Well, phobia is like a fear. And I guess with Islamophobia, like it can be like phobia is the right word for it because it's like, man, like by 2050, Islam's going to be the biggest religion in the UK. It's already the only real religion in the UK. But
to be honest, I like Islam.
Yeah, me too.
I always tell you guys about this. Listen, no, Christianity. I'm raised Christian, but Christianity, it's too soft, mate.
Yeah.
And when Christianity is so soft,
an edge.
No. But when Christianity is so soft, then you get Sam Smith music videos.
No, but man,
that is correct.
Man, the whole thing, like about Christianity. So a Judeo-Christian sort of belief system is that you've got the individual is prized over the individual rights, individual freedoms are prized, and that's really, really, really important. That's why all countries that have that sort of Judeo-Christian underpinning them, that foundation, are generally, doing pretty well. And all the countries that have this communitarian ideology, like Islam, are generally, a bit of a shit show with dictators and all that.
I don't agree with that anymore. Like, it's like
show me a really successful.
No. Hang on. I'm gonna get to that now. It's like Tate said.
We're going to the great philosopher of our times.
No.
Not Douglas Murray.
No.
Andrew fucking Tate.
Yeah. No. This is the thing with controversial people.
Yeah.
Right. They say one or two controversial things and we throw them in the bin.
Yeah. Well, and, I mean, he's not in jail for what he said.
No. I don't think.
He's in jail for too many carbon emissions.
Yeah. If you believe that Tate is a human trafficker, that's crazy. I don't think he's a human trafficker. But here's the thing. When he said, when you have the degeneracy that we spoke about, that you're seeing in the West now, right? You admitted there's a level of degeneracy in the West that is unprecedented.
Well, anything goes.
You
anything
agree?
goes.
Anything goes now, and they're
pushing it on kids. I don't care about the fucking degeneracy. What people do in their private in their homes or whatever, or in an adult setting is absolutely fucking fine.
As long as they're not next door to me.
No, we all love a bit of it. Well,
speak for yourself.
He was pushing degeneracy. He had all sex workers and webcam stuff. He was pushing it.
That's also a very obvious point that I can't believe I missed.
No, but hang on. Yeah, go ahead.
Go on.
Well, that's a great point.
No, but
he's pushing fucking degeneracy. Andrew Tate's this. What, you gonna hold him up as this messiah?
No, I'm not saying he's a messiah, but I'm saying when he said about the West being totally degenerate and perverse, there is some truth to that, and you even admitted that the West is lost its way. We no longer.
But all you have to look at is fucking Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Yeah, but even
how degenerate's that?
Yeah. But now we don't even
look at Leo. Go,
we don't. But we don't even.
One bomb.
No,
but then we thought, we'll just kill another fucking million of them. Fuck them.
But that saved a lot of lives. The Japanese weren't going to.
Shut up! They'd
already. No, of course it fucking saved lives.
The first one, they didn't need to sling the second one.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure this one worked.
Oh, that's right. Fucking degenerates.
Yeah, we need to let them know this ain't no fluke, bro. But we shouldn't laugh at that.
No,
cut that out.
But no, don't cut it out. It's a good point. Like, as a country, you should never leave yourselves open to becoming a bomb testing site for America.
Yeah, right. So no, what you're saying about the degeneracy and whatnot and the perversion
and pushing it on kids. That's the only thing I care about.
No, but hang on. No, it's even deeper than that, Leo, because we no longer subscribe to truth. We are saying this person can choose their gender and go in this prison and be with these people, and these people, some of these people end up raping some of these other people.
And there's women in prison who are having to go on birth control.
Right? So
prison shouldn't be that much fun for women.
Hold on. Truth should be the ultimate.
Yeah.
But we no longer subscribe to the truth here in the West. Whereas these countries that are highly Muslim fundamentalists or whatnot, they do still subscribe to the truth.
What? What?
A lot of them do.
What, like, subscribe to the fucking truth?
What's one that's doing great? Dubai. Dubai is doing great.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia is doing great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, like, I mean, Saudi Arabia is doing great.
Yeah.
I mean, not if you live there.
We talking about no.
No,
Depending on
sitting
what
on
race you
They're
are.
sitting on a huge amount of oil wells.
Yes, and Dubai is doing great, and all these different.
Man, they're just
things.
laundering. Dubai's just laundering money, criminal money from across
What
the
does
Middle
the
East.
West do? The West launders
Yeah, but
money.
we've got other stuff as
starts
well. We've got
illegal
other
wars.
industry. We
No,
don't
but
just have fucking.
But the other industry that we do have is the war machine.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
the war, like man, the war.
Exactly.
Defense
just
is,
'cause you
defense
used to
is
be
like
a
what
fu-
2% of GDP. It's a remarkably small amount. Like healthcare is a vastly
in
larger
America?
proportion.
In America?
Yes. It's,
So all them tanks and all that, it's just. But,
No, it's
but
the-
what are you saying? What's that?
Nah, my
what's
thing is
GB?
we've lost sight of what the truth is, and that is yes.
All you have to do is watch the telly. Like it's all about killing, revenge. You know, bombs.
Yeah, we
and
say-
it-
that's what people want to
normalise
watch,
it.
and also it's not. You can watch all. I watch all kinds of stuff. It's not about killing and stuff. You can watch what you want, but there's
Yeah.
the thing that fucks societies and countries
today-
up is when you don't have individual freedoms and individual rights. If you go to Saudi Arabia, you don't have individual freedoms. You can't wear what you want. You can't say what you want. You can't associate with whoever
Yeah,
you
but you
want.
can't do that over here.
Yes,
right?
you can. We're doing it right fucking now. I'm wearing a corset.
Yeah, are you?
No, but like you can. Like
no,
you've
the
got
right
the
to
freedom.
protest has been gone. They
Nah, man,
eroded
you
the
can
right
still,
to
you can
protest
still
over
go.
here.
Like it's getting worse. It's
They're
getting worse here.
squeezing. They are,
but it's not that.
They
it's
just
not that
take
bad.
their time over here. Though
Like-
they're still squeezing,
But what-
aren't they, Leo?
No, they're squeezing, yeah, and the government's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and like the individual,
Look.
the individual man is getting
A
like,
lot
pushed and
of a
pushed.
lot of people who believe in the conservative the values and whatnot that we grew up with and whatnot, you find those now more so in the
Up north where you're going.
in the
for that-
Muslim
No,
communities.
man, no.
And no, hang on.
No, because
Try
they're
pushing that-
conserving. They're conserving the wrong bits.
Try pushing that trans ideology in Muslim communities. It
Oh,
doesn't
man.
exist.
You know that's going to happen at some point. If the trans stuff keeps on bub 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 and the Muslim stuff keeps on bub bub bub, at some point they're going to intersect and it's going to be fucking wonderful. Yeah,
But
yeah.
you understand, there's none of that. There's none of that at the Muslim
That
schools.
hurts.
There's none of that penetrating the Muslim schools. There's no Sam Smith this or are you. Do you feel like a girl? Do you feel? Look, my
Yeah.
friend was at a school the other
But
day.
are we? Aren't
wait,
we?
yeah.
aren't we-
Hang on. My friend was at a school the other day, right? And she said there was like a play party thing, and there was a costume box, and people were going over looking at the costumes and whatnot. Kids, we talking
Yeah.
4-year-olds, right? We're going in a costume box and getting dressed up. And this kid, a boy, he's looking at the costumes. And my friend said she was there. And he's going through all the costumes, and he picked up a dress. I think it was an Elsa dress or whatever. And he looked at it for like 3 seconds and then put it down. And the counselor or one of the adults came in and asked him, how do you feel about your gender? Do you think you might be a girl?
Yeah.
After seeing a boy look at a dress for 3 seconds.
Yeah.
She jumps in and confuses this poor kid.
Yeah.
Or do you think you might be a girl? Do you ever feel feminine and da-da-da?
Yeah.
And now that is crazy. This poor kid might go home and he's confused now.
He's got these ideas in his head.
Yeah, that
and also
would have never came.
they'll grab them and take them into like therapy and stuff where it's nice. It's a nice room and you got all these nice adults talking to you
And
and
then they
stuff.
put your hand in
and
the
it's-
toilet. It's fucking horrible.
No, but like, no, but they get them into like a nice setting, and like for some kids, it's the first time they've had like adults caring for them and looking after
but
them.
what can-
And this is a problem with like some gender clinics. Is like they say
but
to the
can I
kids,
ask
no,
you-
but no, just let me finish. This is a problem with some gender clinics. They like care for the kids, get them into these settings where they're looking after them, talking to them. The kid can open up and all the rest of it. And then they say to them, so now we're going to put you on puberty blockers and we're going to put you on hormones, and then like in a bit you're going to have surgery. And the kid's like, well, I don't really want to go on puberty. Oh, well, then we're going to end all the therapy sessions. You're wasting our time. You're wasting our time because you're not trans. And it's like they sort of the pathway, 96% of the kids that are put on puberty blockers end up, going on to surgery because it's fucking streamlined. There's no way that the kid can get off the pathway.
I get it, but what's pushing this agenda? Because it seems like it just seems to be taking over the whole narrative around the world.
Because you can't speak out against it, because if you do, you're accused of being transphobic, homophobic.
Yeah, but
Nico Sturgeon even
but
said...
I'm asking what's pushing...
Where is it coming
funny
from?
for me, like, let me just finish now. 75 years old. I think there's much more important things in the world. You know, like housing, people, paying...
Getting enough to eat, stuff like that.
Or just kind of normal life. So
Coffins.
What?
Coffins.
Coffins. Is that...
Oh, man, you're going to feel bad if he dies this week.
It's okay.
Coffins are all right. Yeah. We could talk about that. But what's pushing that? What's actually pushing?
Where's that coming from?
Man, I don't even think it's a sort of...
But isn't it big
I have a theory.
pharma?
I have a
Big
theory.
pharma?
Yeah, I
Isn't
have a theory.
No, well,
Isn't it
Big
money?
Pharma's part of it because, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry now.
is.
It's a huge,
But what's pushing
huge industry.
that agenda?
But
Why
it's
is
not...
it so important?
Man, the thing that's happened, it's like... So after the Stephen Lawrence inquiry...
Aren't you catastrophizing the whole thing?
So after the Stephen Lawrence inquiry, which is obviously a terrible thing that happened, there are major failings in the Met Police and systemic racism and all the rest of it, but the McPherson report said, look, there's systemic racism and, you need to be really careful. Basically, you need to be really careful not to be racist. So then all public institutions were really careful not to be racist, which meant they didn't tackle grooming gangs because they were worried about looking racist if they went in and tackled them. Right. So as a result of them trying to be good, evil is allowed to happen. It's the same with this stuff. Everybody's trying to look, I'm not transphobic, I'm not whatever. And as a result of that, there's no check. There's no natural balance to the people that are pushing this stuff.
But isn't there that the whole thing?
But that still doesn't answer the question of where does it come from.
Is it? But
I believe what Andy Zapp is saying, I believe it's a pharma medical thing because they make so much money from the surgeries and the puberty blockers. That's what's pushing some of it.
Literally billions.
There's also that whole transhuman agenda, like chipping people. You better have stacks or whatever, sort of pushing that agenda. That whole sort of computer agenda, moving us away from being human to being fucking computers. I don't know.
There's something to it. I have who's it? My cousin's, my nephew's friend, right, said to me that if she was born 3-4 years later, she would have been trans.
Right.
Because she went through a tomboy phase.
Yeah.
And something hit me when she said, you're no longer allowed to go through a tomboy phase.
Yeah.
Because they
try to school counselors will jump on you and be like, oh my God, you're displaying something that isn't, a traditional 50s gender stereotype.
They see you playing football or into wrestling or, I don't know, building blocks or something.
Wearing a pink hoodie.
Yeah, or whatever. They go, this doesn't match up with the gender or whatever you're displaying, so you should be trans.
Yeah.
And she says, thank God that my mom said, wait.
Yeah.
She said, my mom said, no, wait, it might just be a phase.
Yeah.
And now she is what, 23, 24, and she says she loves dick. but she said, had she had a more progressive mom, she would have had her tits chopped off and whatnot, So.
And then you got all the forums, the detransitioners forums, where they're like talking about, they're all like, because these teenage girls that get caught up in the hype of the social contagion of all their friends are non-binary and whatever. It's like, I want to be special too. I'm trans. I'm non-binary, and then they get their tits cut off, and then they're 2 years later they're in the forums being like, so when will my tits grow back? And it's like, whoa. Did nobody tell you?
Yeah, it's a lot of some of it. I'm not saying all of it, but some of the identifying as this and that is just a badge to wear so you look interesting to your peers. Yeah, that's a lot of it.
So it's peer pressure then.
Yeah.
Peer pressure or trying to group dynamics.
Yeah, social contagion. You see it with other stuff.
Is that.
See it with, liking pop bands or whatever.
It's like middle class people and their intolerances. Oh, I'm gluten intolerant. Oh, I'm this intolerant. It's just a badge to wear so you look more interesting.
Yeah.
But a lot of people aren't actually these things.
Yeah.
So, you got to be careful what you push on your kids and what you allow, because a lot of things are just. I went through a Rasta phase. I went through a Rasta phase where it's like
Have you got any
Selassie
pictures?
and all that kind of thing, and growing my hair long and shit.
Have you got pictures?
Nah, this was back in time when cameras weren't invented.
I knew you were older than me.
I'm joking.
Mind you, there's stone pictures of him in caves, as a rat years ago. Like,
But nah, you gotta be
chasing that
careful with
elk.
these things, man. Listen, the main thing about these ideologies and stuff is that kids don't really know who they are at those ages, and puberty is a stressful time, and you go through all these different things. Come through puberty first, and then choose. Don't be changing people at 5, 6 years old.
If you've gone through puberty, if you're a fella, you've already got the big hands and the Adam's apple and everything. You got the big jawbone, and so you're never going to be able to be a convincing unless you shave your jawbone.
But some people like sturdy women. Some people like
with big hands.
But just what's interesting is all that, like we did, you've got the First World War, but it's just all that information you're having to process. I'm still kind of processing stuff, say around what happened in fucking Japan,
Why you got such a boner for Japan?
don't. This is really.
What did you do to the Japanese? Zapp? What did you do to the Japanese?
He used a fork.
Yeah, but it's that processing of human nature, though, that you are processing stuff. All this stuff you're talking about now, though, like, how we're kind of fucking it all up. And trying to make sense of it is quite difficult, I think.
Yeah.
And people are traumatised by it. Kids are traumatised. I'm traumatised. Like my parents were traumatised. They got taken from Poland to Russia, blah, blah,
Right.
blah.
What, then the Second World War?
To the gulags.
Oh, right,
and that
geez.
kind of got given to me. All that
So wait,
stuff,
what
we're
in
still
the
carrying-
Second World War were they? Because obviously Polish Jews, persecuted by the Nazis and stuff.
Yeah, no, but
He's
they're
Orthodox. He's Orthodox.
I'm just a Catholic. Not Orthodox, not Jewish, could be, might not.
Right.
But it's just.
But they were taken from. Is this after the Second World War? What was the story?
No,
behind that?
before the
Before the Second World War.
39, when Hitler made a pact with Stalin,
Right.
that Hitler would fucking, Hitler said to Stalin, well, you leave us alone and we'll do what we kind of want, but you can do what you like to the Poles in the Ukraine, in
Right.
that bit there. And they dragged all the Poles that were in the Ukraine, they dragged them off to gulags and stuff.
Right.
And your
Gee.
parents were in the gulags.
Yeah.
How long? I take it they got out to like
Well,
have
so
you.
when Hitler double-crossed Stalin, when he actually then attacked Russia, But before there was a left-wing, right-wing pact.
Is that when they got out?
How do you mean? Yeah. Well, when the family when Hitler attacked.
Were you born before the gulags?
No, I'm not that old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. Sorry,
No,
man.
no. I was born in 48, so I was born
Oh,
after,
after the gulags. then.
Just after.
Just after, about
1 year after.
their fucking maths is terrible. It was 9 years after 1939. I'm
Right, yeah,
8
yeah.
years after.
Yeah.
But,
Stalin opened the gulags and sent the people back.
Yeah, to fight the Germans.
Right. Interesting.
So they kind of
Man, because the
So your
story,
dad fought the Germans?
yeah.
man, yeah, because the stories of Russians fighting. Because when Hitler invaded, Hitler had this incredibly technologically advanced fighting machine, the Blitzkrieg machine.
Yeah,
they
it
had all
was
these
called
machine guns and stuff.
methamphetamine. That's
Yeah,
what
and
it
they
was.
had the drugs and everything. Like, whereas Russia, man, loads of their guys didn't even have fucking weapon. If you got a weapon, it's because the guy in front of you died and you got his weapon. But they were sending people with pitchforks, literal pitchforks, at machine gun posts. But it would get to the point. The German soldiers wrote. It would get to the point where like their fucking guns would overheat. And, they'd run out of ammo or whatever. And then the people with pitchforks would just get them and fucking stab them. But then you'd have like mounds, piles of dead
bodies.
Russians. And it's basically what's happening in Russia, well, in Ukraine right now, with, Putin's like forcing all these mobilized people from the prisons and stuff. And they're sending all the newest ones are the most at risk because they get sent out first because they're just cannon fodder. They don't know anything. But again, it's the same sort of thing. Like, you can kill 10 of them, one of them will get through and do some damage.
He managed to string that together all right, didn't he? That's
rare
Did that make sense?
Thank you for that history lesson. Yeah.
But that's the thing, though, is like technology is what changes wars, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Technology.
We
is-
have the
is
technology, don't we? We
Yeah.
have the best technology over them.
Yeah, once you got the technology, you're gonna win, man. It's like I was reading that book,
That's why people are doing better than me in comedy, because they're good on the old,
projectors. They're
Oh,
not real
man.
comedians.
Man, they're not real comedians.
They're not
Somebody
real
with a projector or
Anytime
like
you turn
a
up with a
guitar.
projector or anything, you're not real.
Yeah, if you got some sort of thing you need to hold in your hand to do comedy, you're not a comedian. You're some sort of fucking lounge room cruise ship
There's a great
entertainment.
book. There's a great book, Empire of the Summer Moon, about the Comanches.
What's that?
The
What does that say?
Comanches are the what's that, Leo?
This whiskey.
Put some in there, man.
It's only
It's not
it's
enough.
only 3.
But just a little piece. Let me sample it.
That's enough.
Thank you.
Fucking hell, that's... Wow, there he goes.
Mm.
You must be
I
getting...
thought this would be a double. It's
That's
only
a great
30.
smell, mate.
Yeah,
That
these
smells
are. My missus
delicious.
got me this. You know what do you call the thing with the doors that you open before Christmas? Advent calendar.
Yeah. And it's
Uh,
got one of them in each day.
different one,
Oh,
different
sick.
whiskey
That's
each
brilliant,
time.
man. Yeah.
My little packet of heroin here.
Yeah, no. But not I was talking about this book, Empire of the Summer Moon, right?
Yeah.
And the Comanches were like the biggest and strongest, most aggressive tribe in America. And the white men, when they moved west, you know, they got rid of a lot of the tribes and whatnot. But the
Yeah.
Comanches were the most brilliant on horseback and with bow and arrow,
Yeah.
and they were fucking up the white man. But then what
They were
happened?
like the Mongols.
Yeah, yeah,
Like the
basically,
Mongols.
yeah, exactly like the Mongols. They were, exactly like that.
Right
on
through, mate.
on
Right
on
up to Poland.
horseback, you could not touch them.
Yeah.
Well, a Mongol could.
Yeah.
If they had to fight the Mongols, it would have been a stalemate.
Yeah. So it was like
That
that.
was a fuck,
These
man.
guys were fucking up the white people and whatnot.
Yeah.
Then what happened? What hit how the white man won the West is that
The Gatling gun.
no.
No.
The 6-shooter came out.
Right.
The Smith and Wesson.
So you didn't need to reload your musket.
Be-
You didn't have
before,
to
when it was a
reload your bow
musket,
and arrow.
when it was a musket,
Yeah.
the Comanche would have let off like
Yeah,
3-4 arrows to their one
Right.
shot.
Yeah.
But then the 6-shooter came out, and that's when the Comanche died out.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Fell with my dad. So he's a gunsmith. Well, retired gunsmith now. But
You drink all that whiskey?
all of it. It was like it's one single. It's one
Still
single
some in there,
measure.
man.
On top of about 7 doubles of Bacardi. Just a little topper. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're getting very drunk in here, getting a bit fucking leery now. They're going to want to fight.
But
me.
nah, that Comanche story is incredible. It's a great book, Empire of the Summer Moon, and the leader of the Comanches was actually
But that-
half caste.
But that happened in Japan with the samurai. Same
Right.
thing. The Americans went over there.
Samurai steel was incredible. Still is like some of the most advanced steel.
Yeah.
So my dad.
They said they test the samurai steel by a leaf would be floating downstream.
Would it
And they would
slice
just put
the leaf?
Yeah, they would just put the blade in there.
Yeah.
and it would
And
just...
the leaf was
Yeah, it's all about carbon content and stuff. But
How
they had
romantic.
rituals. They had rituals for creating the steel. They'd quench it in like a virgin's urine and stuff like that. So they used Nico.
Yes.
But
Didn't get
So
any over here then.
anyone wanna pop my cherry? Any ladies?
Call in.
Any blonde ladies?
Blonde.
but yeah, my dad was gunsmith, and so he used to value guns for auction. One of the guns, he got these mad guns in that were from the Mongols. So it was the sort of early Mongol guns, or the first guns they had. Incredibly huge, long barrel. Because they couldn't make the steel like strong enough to like withstand the shot, and also the gunpowder then would burn really, really slowly. So it's like a musket load, like a barrel loading thing. You wad it all down, and then it had this huge like counterweight, and it like sat. So it's for riding on a horse. So like this long barrel would be hanging off you, and it had the
He's
counterweight.
describing my penis.
Yeah, you had to stick gunpowder up his arse.
And it would have like a flaming rag that went down on the gunpowder and set it off, and obviously the whole thing was like all encrusted with jewels. It was like more of a sort of status
Art
symbol.
piece.
Yeah, an art piece, a
My
status symbol
penis,
than a.
exactly.
Yes.
Encrusted with jewels. Oh, so this great video is about men in prison. I think it was.
Have you been in prison,
Is this
Nico?
a porno?
No. You mentioned encrusted things.
Penis.
So what the men in prison doing is they put in like marbles in their dick.
The dick beads.
Yeah,
Dick,
dick.
not marbles, not marbles.
yeah.
Is that
No,
to
no, but
is that to
some-
beat people to death?
No, in Barbados.
Like
in Barbados, they're using
snooker
marbles.
balls in a sock.
What that size?
Yeah, marbles.
Wow.
Why?
They call them boogaloos.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
when you stick
why?
it up the arse, you can feel it going
You
in.
can feel it.
You know.
what?
It's more pain and more pain / pleasure,
Blood.
depending
Blood.
on
What?
Jonathan knows about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
We call them in the Caribbean. We call them boogaloos. What do you
Boogaloo.
call
What
them,
the
Jonathan?
I got nothing.
Nah, but you just said it. What was
no,
it?
like dick beads. They put them in the
Dick
prison.
beads.
And you
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah,
Anal beads.
you slit the skin of the dick and you
What?
push them.
Yeah.
And you push them deep in there.
No,
Yeah.
nobody's doing that.
Oh, I thought it-
Nobody's
yes,
doing
they
that.
are.
Dude, you
Nobody's
know like
cutting
how
their
you
fucking dick open.
Scarification,
Yes.
scarification.
Nobody's putting fucking
Yeah,
cut
right.
their dick
Yes,
open
they
to get
are.
marbles in.
Yes,
Yeah.
you know like how you have studded condoms in a vagina.
Yeah.
It feels better to the women.
Yeah,
I don't know how
cut
it feels
the
in your
skin,
butt. I don't do
sew it
butt
up.
stuff.
Yeah, you don't cut your fucking dick
Look.
open and put the studded condom
Yeah,
in
yeah,
your
look at
fucking.
it. Look. Penile implants are-
Prison dick beads. Oh,
Yeah.
Why is this? Why is prison in? Why did you say prion?
Yakuza beads,
I'm trying.
pearls, penile implants, penile beads, penile nodules,
Incision.
inserts, speed bumps,
Bumps.
penile marbles.
Oh.
Yeah.
These are all the nicknames I had at school. But why? Like what?
So like if you got those beads and bumps on your dick in a vagina, it feels more.
Or your
it's just
body.
but they're in prison.
It's studded
Yeah.
condoms, but I guess
They're
in
in
your
prison.
ass.
In your ass,
as well, it feels
Body,
different.
body.
But
So,
so they
people
call
in
them.
prison will be like, "You're not fucking my ass unless you put some marbles in your dick."
Yeah. So that's when you said jewels on the.
Well, you
on
can
the
just
thing.
like to make the borehole first of all, just to widen it up, and then you get
So it
kind of
gives
Man,
it
that's
gives a
progressive.
different sensation. It's
That-
mad.
That's mental.
Yeah.
yeah.
Haven't you ever had it? Like that?
Something else is a thing. It's sounding rods.
Oh, okay, we gotta wrap up.
We got man.
Oh shit, we didn't even do a Patreon episode.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Well, we can cut one out of this. Have we got? Are they waiting?
There's someone in at 4, yeah.
All right. Are they there though?
I don't know. Mooch just said done at 4.
Done up for.
Well, just now he said done it for.
Yeah,
Fuck Mooch. Tell him I said that.
Always 2 to
Next time we'll talk
We
about.
always have to wait.
Yeah, we always
always
gotta
have to
wait
wait
for
when
these
there's-
people. And
Yeah.
Alright.
who are they?
Shall I go check?
Yeah, who are they? I bet there's some.
Let's
some
open the
tweet.
door, see if they're there.
We fight them.
Yeah, we'll find. Got to get us out with
Right.
knives.
Yeah.
What if it's the guy who body checked Jonathan?
Yeah. Well, he's not.
Is anybody there?
We're gonna talk about euthanasia then.
Yeah,
Is that what you
and the
wanna
youth.
talk about?
Eh?
They're there.
No,
All right,
fuck
cool.
them.
Yeah, let's keep going till they arrive.
We're the most toughest podcast
Yeah.
in Vauxhall.
Yeah, in Vauxhall.
You hear that, Michael and Elliot? We're the toughest in Vauxhall.
Yeah.
Who's the toughest like,
But
comedian?
Elliot like actually does like MMA. He
So
could-
me too. I do.
yeah, but he does it properly.
I've got a fucking gun.
Have you got a gun? Have you got a gun?
He's got
I've
musket.
got a
He's got
shotgun
musket.
buried somewhere in Surrey.
Really?
Yeah, they're
Are you
always
serious? Do you know where it is?
I do.
Well, why don't we go get it and,
And
like
do what? And shoot
look
Michael.
at it? We could
Oh,
fire it on the podcast.
Yeah, let it off. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
they are here.
Yeah,
They're
back
here.
out,
Be
bitch.
better.
Walk out, bitch. That's what.
All right.
that's it. Walk out backwards.
Right, I'm just gonna do. Hey, what camera? Actually, do the main camera, and I'll like do it to that. Hey, thanks for listening to the free version of the Free Speech Podcast. If you want to see more, then sign up to our Patreon. We've got a Patreon-only podcast that just goes out to our Patreon, and you got to pay money. You got to give money to us. We don't even get any money. It just covers the cost of like all the stuff, like this shipping container wearing. Jonathan over there, like some guy who edits it and like
Very
does
nice
the
man.
does the
Very
stuff.
nice man.
So give us money, please.
Give 'em money.
And you get the Patreon only stuff where we're slightly more homophobic, transphobic,
Naughty.
and naughty. Yeah.
Naughty.
And
Not
all the rest of it.
Yeah, and we do our calendar poses.
Oh,
We're
that's
bringing
right.
out a free speech calendar.
We
with
flex.
I'm going to
different-
be in it this year.
Yeah, with different poses, different provocative, sultry poses.
Yeah.
And
that you can have.
and it
at
does
same-
dry January.
Yeah.
It'll make any woman's vagina dry.
Yeah, dry anuary. Or leaky body.
Whereas Nico is. Oh yeah, in the Patreon when we talk about people putting marbles in their dick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Dick
sign,
marble.
sign up to our Patreon.
Sign
That's
up
what I'm trying to say.
For that. Yeah.
And get a dick
We're
with
gonna go
marbles
now.
up your body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That was a
thank you
good-
guys. The CBD products are great from
Yes.
High Point. Today I had past the bottle, this is what I had. I had the CBD soda from High Point, and it made me so chilled and relaxed.
Ah.
I wanted
Wet
to learn
myself.
how
He
to
pissed himself.
yeah, I wanted to learn how to play the saxophone and just relax. You know?
Yes.
That's a good thing about these
the
CBD
blue-veined
products. The other
piccolo.
the gummies as well.
The
You can give
gummies.
the gummies to your kids.
We haven't signed the contract yet, so you don't need to do all this.
Yeah,
Nico.
a bit
Okay.
too much.
Do it next time. We're going to sign the contract.
Once you get the money.
Once we get the money, you can. But it's.
They're great. They're great
We're
products.
very proud to have them as a sponsor.
I'm off my
And if we could remember the code, then we'd give you the code to sign up for more.
The code,
is
the
in
code will be
it's down,
on the down
underneath.
here and the thing.
The code, and you can sign up
Put
for
that
High
code
Point
in.
CBD. We actually get money when you buy. So if you want to support us but not give us any money, you can buy High Point stuff, which is good and it's good for you. You'll enjoy it. It's good for High Point. They make money and we make money as well. Everybody wins. So there's a link and a code below to sign up for High Point. We'll have to remind them to put in the code in the link.
And thank you for watching. Tell your friends about us. And this is where you can
and help the aged.
This is the longest goodbye.
I might not be here next time. I could be.
Dipset Bird Game, we born to fly, baby.
Zip, zap.